Leo, he's just noble. Like just the way he speaks, how respectful he is, his hope that he has, that even though he had to flee from Venezuela, he had to leave his family in search of a better life. And even though he's on the streets now, he's full of hope.
People of Christian City, people everywhere around the world, this is David Christopher Pacheco.
Hi, my name is Kimmy.
My name is Arthur Ortiz. Been in Denver since 1973.
Okay, so let's just talk in circles for a little bit.
Just shoot the breeze a little.
Now they see beyond what I look like and see what my actions are and say, hey, that is a good person.
A lot of people say home is where the heart is, but my heart's in many places. It's just I don't know where home is.
Welcome back to Homeless But Human. Here with you today is Blake.
And here with you today is Shayla.
And we are with some of our Denver missionaries, Woo-hoo. Caleb and Rachel. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
And this is both your first time on?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And they're both first-year missionaries here in Denver.
This is true.
Indeed.
We want to know a little bit about you. Caleb,
yeah, we love stories. How did you end up at Christ in the City? Caleb, you first.
I'll go first. Yeah. So before I got here to Christ in the City, I was a seminarian for the Diocese of San Angelo. Before that, I was a pretty wayward high schooler, and God changed my life a ton. I didn't really have a relationship before I read the Bible my senior year, and then from that, I was just like, I was all in. He changed my life. And I wanted to give everything to him. I especially wanted to bring hope to people.
Yeah.
And I knew that priests, they just have a special way of doing that by walking in with the collar. Mm-hmm. And you can't see a priest and not think of Jesus, and you think of Jesus, you have hope. So
I like that.
That's good.
That's good. That's
good.
Real good right there.
Yep. It's true.
It is, yeah.
So I went to the seminary. I said, Lord, I don't know if this is my calling, but you've already used me to bring hope to some people, especially within my family. My grandpa died of cancer, and my aunt, she died in a tragic car accident. And that was just a hard time, but I had a lot of faith during that time, and I just tried to remind people, my family, of the hope of the gospel. And so I said, God, you've already used me to bring hope to my family. Maybe you want to use me as a priest in that way. So I went, and it was amazing being in the seminary. It was definitely the Lord's plan for my life. He took me from, like I said, I was a wayward high schooler.
Yeah.
I needed a lot of formation. And
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Yeah. I was formed at the Seminary Conception Abbey in Missouri, and just so thankful for that time. My senior year, I felt very free. Big reason for that was that after my junior year, I came and I served a summer of service, now called Summer Missions, at Christ in the City.
Whoop, whoop.
And it was just a place of great freedom. I learned how to waste time with others.
And you were here in Denver as well.
Yes, I was here in Denver.
Yeah, you joined us in Denver.
I went back for my senior year of seminary, and with so much freedom, I was able to discern that I wanted to pursue the vocation of marriage. And I discerned out. I graduated this last May, 2025. By that point, I was already slated to come to Christ in the City this year, August. It was just part of my discernment. I loved being here. Is part of the reason I gained so much freedom to know that God loves me and he desires for me to be who he created me to be.
Yeah.
live up to any expectations that I made for myself. Christ in the City did a lot to teach me that.
Yeah.
I was discerning what am I going to do after the seminary. One time in prayer, I read, when you host a banquet, don't invite your friends, your family, the people who can repay you, but invite the poor, the lame, the crippled, and the blind. And
so challenging.
Yeah, challenging. I definitely love going out to eat with my friends.
Yeah, you're like, you don't know how much I love that, Lord. That's a big one.
Yeah, food and friends. But instantly when I read that, I just had a flashback to Christ in the City during my summer of service. That's what Lunch in the Park is.
Yeah.
And I knew for sure that God was calling me to serve the poor. From that, he makes it very clear in the Gospels many times, serve the poor, love the poor. But with that seed planted in my heart of Lunch in the Park, I instantly thought of Christ in the City. I started praying with it, started the application process. Everything was peaceful. My interviews were peaceful. My visit was peaceful. And yeah, as much as I wanted to return to Texas after 3.5 years of being in the seminary and be with my family, I can honestly say I wanted to come here more and to serve the poor and to be transformed.
Well, so glad you're here, Caleb.
Yeah.
It's good to
Thanks
be here.
for sharing.
Yeah.
Rachel, teeing you up next.
Great. So I'm originally from Georgia, the Atlanta area, and I finished 5 years of school at the University of Georgia.
Why do it in 4 when you can do 5? What a
Go
great,
Dogs.
What a great
Dogs.
decision.
Go Dogs.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty awesome because I was able to do my undergraduate and master's degree in 5 years.
Even
so
better.
Overachiever.
Okay, all right.
Why not in 5?
Why not in
Why
5?
not in 5?
Why not in 5?
Impressive.
Yeah. So, but before coming to UGA, I actually gave a mission year.
Oh.
But I was a missionary with Regnum Christi, which is a movement within the church,
Yeah.
a lay spiritual family. Went to a Regnum Christi school and really have Regnum Christi to thank for the formation and like strength in my faith today. And so I remember being a little middle schooler. So being at a Regnum Christi school, I had Regnum Christi missionaries who served me as a student.
Cool.
And I remember my first day, or like at some point early on in my first week of school at this school, the Regnum Christi missionaries came into my religion class, and they told us, "Hey, we're the Regnum Christi missionaries. Our job is to host retreats for you, to accompany you, and we're here to love you, whatever." And as a little 13, I was 12. As a 12-year-old, I saw those missionaries and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that."
Whoa.
You knew.
I knew.
That's wild.
Isn't it? And like at that point, I really did not have a relationship with Jesus. I went to mass every Sunday, but seeing these missionaries going out of themselves inspired me. Like it ignited a fire in my heart. And so throughout middle and high school, I got really involved in their apostolates and was a leader. And it just made sense for me to go and be a Regnum Christi missionary.
Yeah, totally.
So that was just a dream come true. I was sent to Houston, Texas, and I served in their youth ministry programs. But that was the year that COVID hit.
Classic.
So
What a missionary year.
Yeah. It got cut short in March when the world shut down. So did my mission program. And I got sent home back to Georgia, and my heart was broken. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So many people in so many different circumstances with similar stories, but
Yes.
each one just as sad. You
Yeah.
know, it's so tough.
Whether it's, like so many things were lost during that time.
Yeah, totally.
But praise God, like the Lord always keeps his promises. And so, my heart was shattered. I really didn't know what to do and was preparing that whole summer to get ready for college and pick up these shattered pieces of my heart and learn how to trust again, because I remember offering like my year up to the Lord and to Our Lady and saying like, this is for you. I want to do this for you. And feeling so heartbroken. Like the Lord doesn't want this year. I'm going to give him.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm giving this year of my life for you and you don't want it. And so throughout college, like I still leaned on my faith a lot and was really involved in my Catholic center on campus and saw all of my friends going off to do mission programs. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. I love it. But I can't because I already did that.
Sure.
And I knew if I were to discern doing mission again, it would cause a lot of chaos in my family and relationships and just like practically wise.
Yeah, totally. You just finished 5 years of school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so back in January of 2025, I was at Seek. I was helping work the Regnum Christi booth at Seek in Salt Lake City.
Dedicated.
Yeah.
Dedicated.
It was awesome.
Love it.
And at Seek, I felt the Lord kind of whispering in my heart, Rachel, you should discern mission again. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Just knowing the chaos, the turmoil that could come with that. But I left Seek going home and like with this openness to mission again and ended up applying to a few other programs, and praise be to God, Christ in the City was like the very clear option.
Yeah.
Which clarity doesn't always happen right
No,
there, right?
no.
It's so nice.
But honestly, it was such a grace. Like the Lord knew I needed that clarity because I was already so on edge about doing a mission here.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
And it's funny, I applied to Focus and interviewed with them as well. And I did a back-to-back like bender of discernment. So I did my Focus application weekend here in Colorado as well. I was in the Springs, in Colorado Springs. And that was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then came to Christ in the City that Sunday evening and did my time here discerning and applying from Sunday to Wednesday. And like through...
Why not, right?
Like,
why not?
Literally get it done. And so it's pretty awesome because through a lot of the prayer that I had during that week, the Lord made it obvious. Oh, wow. I'm realizing now too, like where we're sitting is where I had my interview.
Whoa.
And in my interview, I felt like this is dramatic and I know it's dramatic, but I literally felt like the clouds of heaven were parting and light was shining down on me when one of the formators asked me, like, why do you want to do Christ in the City? Like, what will this do for you? It's like, it will change the rest of my life.
Wow.
And it has.
What wild, like, clear
Clarity.
response of
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah, totally.
My first thought when you're like a ray of sunshine, I'm like, well, that blind does have a lot of bad rays through. But no, not discrediting that at all, right? Like, no, that's beautiful.
Like it was just this moment, and I started crying. It was this moment of pure clarity of like, oh my gosh, if I want to be a saint, this is what I need to do.
Yeah, what is sanctity for each of us, right? Like, not everyone's called to be a Christ in the City missionary, but I think for many of us, right, we know it's like, nope, this is part of that journey.
Yeah.
You know, can't be forever.
For sure.
Yes,
right? We're a 1 or 2 year program.
Exactly.
This is not forever.
Yeah.
But it's part of that journey.
Yeah.
Have to say yes.
I think it's so beautiful how the Holy Spirit just brings people here.
Totally.
To especially for our missionaries, like they come from all different walks of life and from across the country, even from around the world too. And then you get to come into this community and you get to be put on different things like street teams and small groups and groups that are doing night ministries together.
Cleaning teams. Right?
Yeah. Like
all the things.
All of these different facets where the community is formed. And so every year has such a unique flavor. Mm-hmm. But the thing that we have done consistently is be close to the poor and serve the poor. And why we asked both of you to come on today is because you're actually on the same street team. And so we want to hear a bit about your street team. So maybe you can share about like the route and who's all on your team and kind of maybe like give us a little bit of the demographic of
the environment
of the route that you guys are walking in downtown Denver.
Yeah. So we're Crossroads street team.
Ooh, Crossroads.
Yeah, Crossroads. You can put your arms in an X. That's Crossroads. We go to the Salvation Army Crossroads Center and to the Samaritan House and the streets in between. On our team is Rachel and I, Natalie, Ashley, Beth, and Chris.
Ooh, that's a big team.
It's the biggest team this year.
Oh, I love it. And for our listeners, Crossroads and Samaritan House, those are 2 homeless shelters. So run in the downtown Denver area. No need to get into the specifics of that. But yeah, with a significant poor population in between, just a lot of homeless in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crossroads is great. From the moment we got our teams, there was big announcements, lots of excitement with all the missionaries because we were just like,
so much
who's going to be on our team?
Chaos.
Yeah. When we all like circled up, I was looking at my teammates like, wow, this is amazing. I just like, I could tell it was right.
One thing that's pretty cool about Crossroads is going and walking around the Samaritan House. Samaritan House is run by Catholic Charities Denver, and it's a shelter for women and children primarily. And so the reputation I knew about Crossroads before I was even assigned to the team was that it was like you were going to work with women and children. And cool. I consider myself a girl's girl.
So you were like, this is what I want.
No, I didn't think I would.
Oh.
I was like, there's no way. Like, I was thinking about other women in community who I know, like, really wanted to work with women and children. And, like, I just didn't think I would end up on Crossroads. But it was so exciting to find out that I would be able to go. And it's cool because we have a strong duality on Crossroads, because the Crossroads shelter is, they have 300 beds for men.
Yeah.
And it's like all men around there pretty much always, versus the Samaritan House is a mix. Like outside the shelter, there's a mix. There's men and women. But we have the privilege of going inside the Samaritan House once a week. We go to Mass and have lunch with some of the residents. So we really do get to spend time with a lot of women and children as well, which I love. We have a lot of Spanish speakers on the route too. Like
that's helpful.
And it's great. Like Caleb and I both speak enough Spanish to get by.
There you go.
So does Chris. So we have some good friends who speak Spanish. Like we really get a little bit of everything.
I can't express how wild that is that you're working with a men's shelter area and a women. Like that is just and everything in between.
Yeah.
I mean, Crossroads alone is like its own. Like, all right, it
could be
you
its
listeners,
own
you
program.
get it. It's like a bunch of men, right? You get what you get, but a bunch of women and children too, and then hey, we're gonna go serve both of those regularly. It's like that's quite a shift, quite a difference you guys may experience day to day. You know,
definitely, yeah. I mean, we go from when we get to our street route, we walk to the Crossroads Salvation Army, and usually there's a bunch of men standing outside. Sometimes there's groups.
We have our regular friends who are always hanging outside.
Yeah, like we'll pass by and we're like, there's Tom, there's Mark. So like, we're already walking up, usually anticipating who we're gonna go stand with.
Totally.
And then we go to the Samaritan House, and like that's like the women really shine. There's a one time where we're sitting with this lady, and she was telling us about her life. And I just like was having a hard time entering in, but Beth and Rachel were extremely empathetic with her.
Yeah.
And all I had to do was just like be there with them and listen. And that's one of the beautiful things about being inside of the Samaritan House is it can really be a place of rest for us where we feel safe.
Well, we want to hear a bit more about the friends that you have made on the route at Crossroads. Maybe friends from the men's shelter, friends from the women's shelter, and in between. If you guys want to just share, maybe each of you can share a story to start. Just, a moving moment from this year or friendship that you've made this year.
Yeah, right off the bat, I'm thinking of a friend. His name is Leo. He is from Venezuela. And honestly, we haven't ran into him that many times, but every time it's been extremely beautiful and impactful. And he's somebody who inspires me a lot.
Yeah.
And I just have a lot of love in my heart for Leo. So the first time we ever ran into him, he was standing in line to get a bed outside of the Crossroads Salvation Army. And Natalie and Ashley, who are second-year missionaries, had known him from last year. And as soon as they saw them, they're like, it's Leo.
So clearly a personality. Like you may not see him a lot, but it's connection. Right? Yeah. It's like one of those guys you connect to.
Oh,
definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. So they were super excited to see him, but he only speaks Spanish. And like Rachel said, me and her.
Do either of them speak Spanish?
No.
Oh, that's amazing.
But last year, Finton was on their team, and he speaks really good Spanish.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it was great because I was able to speak Spanish, and we were all able to speak with him again.
Cool.
I can't even remember what we talked about, but I remember that he was a man of faith, and I remember him being very joyful. next time we ran into him, we got to talk a little bit about why he fled from Venezuela.
Yeah.
He told us he was a soldier. And
Wow.
as most people are aware now, like, Venezuela is not doing well.
Yeah.
There's a dictatorship going on. He said that as a soldier, he was treated like dirt. He said, like, people say, go here, do this, do that. And no thank you. Just not dignifying.
Yeah. Yeah. It was more of a pawn, right? It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember him crying about it. Like, he was very vulnerable and shared how difficult that time was in his life.
Yeah. Up to that point, I don't think my heart was very empathetic towards a lot of people who come as migrants and seek refuge in the United States. And him sharing that really opened up my eyes about how much people suffer in other countries and how they view the United States as a place where you can live a better life.
And this is coming from a guy living a better life
On the street.
on the streets.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like we're not talking about the American dream here, and he still is glad he fled Venezuela.
I think so.
Believe
Wow.
so, yeah.
Yeah, what a wow.
He even mentioned one time, we were just talking. He's like, I bet you're a hard worker. He's like, yeah, but the work here is easy. He's like,
Yes.
chop down a tree and make a lot of money, more money than I would make back in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he shared that with us. My heart was moved. Oh, this part is huge. Huge part of our relationship. The first time I ever met Leo, I remember he shared with us that his guitar had been stolen. And he was an amazing guitar player. He even pulled up a video of me playing the guitar on the Colombian news.
A video of him
Yes.
playing the guitar?
Wow.
Yes, him.
On Colombian news?
Yes. Pretty sure.
Part of his story was he went to Colombia first, and
Okay.
that's where the rest of his family is right
Okay.
now.
Wow.
Gotcha,
And he was
gotcha.
on the news.
Yeah, he was
That's
on the
so
news.
fun.
Yeah, like, I could tell it was him. He showed me
Yeah.
the video. I was like, that is him.
Yeah, that is him.
Sure.
Visual evidence.
Beautiful sound. Like the way he moves on the guitar. Like
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Smooth.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. He was obviously very heartbroken from the first moment we met that his
Yeah.
guitar was stolen. He said he was just sleeping. Somebody
Just snatched
it
it.
was right there
Yeah.
with him. And
Which is not abnormal for our listeners. I mean, that is one of the struggles of the homeless. Is just truly their possessions it's a revolving door for so many of them.
yeah.
And it was especially sad for him because that was another way he would make money here by playing
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
and singing.
Yeah. Beautiful voice as well. So I was just very sad for him. Our team was sad for him. We ended up talking about what if we could get Leo a guitar somehow. We were kind of spitballing ideas. Like we can get one from a pawn shop and stuff. We were all in agreement that we wanted to help him in some way, get a guitar. Turns out we had a rinky-dink guitar in our house here. It just was missing a few strings. We needed to fix it up a little bit. So we did that. We invited him to lunch in the park. And I said, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, my goodness.
I had the guitar. We even had it in a case. And he cried. It was a beautiful moment. He played the guitar for people in the group. And it was something I'll never forget.
Wow. I love it because, I mean, you think about all the things Leo actually needs too. I mean, he's living in a shelter right now.
He needs a bed. He needs food.
Probably, maybe he does or doesn't have a job. He's away from his family.
Yeah.
He's, there's a lot of things that this man needs. And you guys saw through to something that would pierce his heart and get to his heart. and it just goes to show like the beautiful form of the relational ministry, like of how the missionaries, you see deeper than maybe what's kind of at face value. And so just getting to see like he would like be given joy and life if we found him a guitar. It would bring a piece of him back, and it would give him himself again. That's just like amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That was something that I saw was the guitar was part of him.
Yeah.
Playing the guitar is like in his soul.
Yeah,
now.
brought out a part of him that made him alive in many ways,
Mm-hmm.
You said he inspires you a lot, or at least you said that at the beginning. Why so?
Yeah, all of us on the team, we've talked about it. Leo, he's just noble. Like just the way he speaks, how respectful he is, his hope that he has, that even though he had to flee from Venezuela, he had to leave his family in search of a better life. And even though he's on the streets now, he's full of hope. And even the way he talks is just, he has a noble character. I brought him a Bible. This is another story. Natalie and Ashley found this beautiful Spanish Catholic Bible sitting at a park. And
I remember when they found this.
Yeah.
it was amazing. And it's so beautiful. It had Mary and Jesus on the cover. And Mary was shedding a
like
tear.
hand embroidered.
Wow.
Yes.
It looked like someone did this themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. We have no idea where it came from. They didn't just see it and we're like, oh, we got to take this.
Yeah.
Like they saw it and they're like, this is amazing.
Someone's got to come back for it.
Yeah. They like waited for, someone to come back for a little bit.
I think it was raining that day too.
Oh my God.
Like, we need to get this out of the rain.
Yeah. So they brought it home and we planned to give it to Leo. When I gave it to him, I said, I have something for you. I gave it to him. He said, una espalda, which means a sword. Like,
whoa.
Yeah.
His weapon.
Huh.
He's like a warrior.
Man.
He's amazing.
Or even, I always think of him, he would have his helmet on. Like this is a big thing in Denver, is the Lime scooters are everywhere. And the homeless, I think part of their like stipend they get is they get money so they can
you can
ride
use the Lime scooters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, but the scooters are so dangerous. And I always talk about it with our friends, like, please be careful riding those scooters. But Leo always has his helmet on.
Yeah.
Like,
That is hilarious.
you're homeless and
One
you
of the
have a
few.
helmet. Like, you care enough you care enough about yourself to wear a helmet.
It's so
That's
funny.
awesome.
Yeah. That's another thing about him is like, when I say he's noble, he walks with dignity.
Yes.
He's like, despite my circumstances, despite possessions, he knows his dignity.
Yeah.
Right. And what a lesson for all of us of like, we get so caught up in where we're at or what we have or material things. And it's like, no, that doesn't change anything of our identity. I love that. You have someone to share about as well.
Well, I have lots of people I could share about.
Lots of people.
I'd love to share about our friend Christine. So Christine used to live at Samaritan House in their emergency shelter, and she had this little group of friends of women. Her, Tara, and Margaret.
We all need friends.
Oh yeah,
We all need friends.
the community, like. Wow. The community that the three of them have been able to form is really beautiful.
Cool.
All living on the streets, like in shelters?
Yeah, all three of them were living in shelter. And throughout the past year, Tara got housing at some point over the summer, I believe. And then Christine was actually one of the first people we met this year that our Crossroads second year missionaries introduced us to.
Oh, cool.
So her and Margaret, the other woman, they would always be sitting on the road outside the Samaritan house, they have like lawn chairs. And so they're always just sitting in the same spot in the sunshine, having a smoke, chatting, helping each other out. And so we've known Christine our whole time here as missionaries. And since the beginning of our year, she had mentioned she was close to getting housing. She knew she was on some list. Who knows? I don't know the intricacies of it.
For those listening, it can take a while.
Yeah.
Right? Like those lists are backed up. Sometimes it's lightning quick. Some lists are, but a lot of the lists are just very long, very laborious. You're down on it's just a long process.
It is. And Christine was like a firsthand account of that. I remember seeing her multiple times and her saying like, oh, in 3 weeks I should be in housing. And the 3 weeks go by and she's still sitting out there. And we would ask her for updates and she'd be like, oh, we're waiting on this one more piece of paperwork to go through, da-da-da-da. But right before Christmas, Christine actually got into housing.
Whoa.
And
what a time of year to do so.
I know. It was just so providential. It was really cool also because our outreach team planned a women's retreat a few weeks before.
Wow.
Actually, no, it was like right around then.
So a women's retreat for the homeless.
For the homeless.
Those women you guys are accompanying. Okay.
Yes. So we were just in the basement of one of the local churches and invited a bunch of the women who we know would be willing to receive from that retreat. And so Christine, Margaret, and Tara, all three of them, the three besties came.
Oh,
it was
that's
awesome.
So good.
Yeah. And just to be able to like talk about the deeper things with them and give them a good meal. And I sing and play piano, so I got to like play a song for them, praise and worship song for them. That was a beautiful time of unity. Yeah. And shortly after that, like I want to say the next week was when Christine got into housing. And it was so special because we've been watching her wait only for like 6 months of it. Christine had been homeless, or at least like without a permanent house for about 10 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. And she had been like living in emergency shelters for the past 6 years.
So when you guys met her and she's like, oh, it's only 3 months out. For you, that's probably like, well, that's still a long time. But for her, like...
She's right at the finish line.
Whoa, yeah. She's like, I'm here.
Yes.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it was so inspiring. I don't know if you want to add, Caleb. Like, it was so inspiring talking with her about her patience. And like, she was like, no, I know my day is coming. And to finally like watch it happen was so awesome.
Yeah, it was really amazing. I don't have that much to say, but it was amazing.
I think our team has found a refuge in Christine, Margaret, and Tara.
Yeah.
We know if we're having a rough day on the streets, if we're able to see them and go spend time with them, it's going to be a better day. They're always happy to chat with us. They really care for us like it is a reciprocal friendship.
Yeah.
And so, well, what I really wanted to share was to celebrate Christine getting into housing. Our whole team, all 6 of us, took Christine out for breakfast at Snooze, which is one of my favorite places.
One of Denver's hottest breakfast spots.
Yeah.
Delicious.
It was honestly
delicious.
The best part
Good
was
French toast.
Oh, yeah. But it was so ironic to me because there's a Snooze right across the street from Samaritan House.
Yeah.
But we didn't take Christine there. We took her to the Snooze that's right down the block from her new apartment.
Oh,
Fun.
Yeah.
So it felt very full circle of like, you sit outside a Snooze all the time, but we can take you to a Snooze that's actually like
I love
where
that.
you're going to be living now. So we got to pick her up from her new apartment, treat her to breakfast, and just share our hearts with her. And she shared a lot with us that breakfast. It was really special. And the one thing that there were two things specifically I remember her sharing. Like we asked her, Christine, how does it feel now? You've been waiting for this forever. And she said, having housing is like getting to heaven. Every burden is lifted. And like that really touched me to know that she finally has this burden lifted of like she has a safe place to stay where she can rest her head and not have to worry about someone else right next to her. Like in those emergency shelters, you're like right cramped up on each other.
Yeah, totally.
And she even started crying at one point. It was actually the day of Margaret's birthday, her friend.
Oh.
And we were talking about that. She goes, I can make a birthday cake now.
Wow.
Like, what a simple luxury to be able to have an oven and go to the grocery store and like buy cake mix. Like, she can do that now and she couldn't before.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, we know, right? She knows, you know, this burden of housing is lifted.
Right.
And then there's more, right? There's more to unfold that she may not even know yet in a good way.
Yeah.
Not a negative way, in a good way of like, okay, like I can make birthday cakes. Like I can invite people over. I can be a host, right? Like I can initiate these things and
so much.
Yeah. What a new journey.
Yeah.
It's going to be for her after 10 years.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, you know, when you move from house to house as an adult or a young adult, it's like, oh yeah, you know, you don't even, some people don't even use their oven, you know, but it's like when you've been on the streets, just the way Christine probably looked at that oven, what is so different than we do.
Yeah.
Right. One, not of taking it for granted.
Yeah.
But like almost looking at that oven and being like possibilities, dreams,
Yes.
you know,
Absolutely.
a way that we don't have the mindset or the experience. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. It really is something we take for granted. But to see someone so grateful to make a birthday cake, it's just so inspiring
I
to
love
me.
that.
Yeah. Over the holidays, Christine texted our street team and she sent us like a Merry Christmas, I love you guys. And she sent us a Happy New Year's text as well. And it's like, I don't know, I think having the headspace to think of other people during the holidays and say thank you. Like that's a privilege. Like when you're in fight or flight mode or when you're in survival mode, it's not easy to do that, to come out of yourself. And and I remember even talking with Margaret recently when Christine wasn't there. Sometimes Christine will still come out and sit in the same spot when she doesn't have anything going on. But at some point in the new year, Margaret said, like, Christine looks good. Like, she said something along the lines of, like, getting a full night's rest will do that for you.
Yeah.
Like, what a privilege to get a full night's rest where you don't have things going on and people shuffling around all night. Like,
I mean, man, that's all popular health right now.
Yeah.
Right? Is like, well, obviously there's several things that are going on, but one of the huge things is sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, Leo and Christine, or even really anyone, right? If I was to say, what is one thing the homeless have taught you? Right? Like, because you guys have mentioned a lot. This keeps coming up, actually. You're like, I learned from them, or I learned from them. Or it's like, what is one thing you've learned, or what have they taught you? You know?
My initial response is to not lose hope.
To not lose hope.
Yeah.
Share more.
I think it's similar. I can think of all of the people I've interacted on the street, and there's a tangible difference between those who have hope for their future and those who don't.
Whoa.
It's very obvious.
Really?
Yeah. I would you say so, Caleb?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Like, yeah, people who believe they are worth something, and people who don't, that's the difference is hope for their future. Yeah. Or even like,
Hope.
Oh, I have to mention him. One of my best friends that I've made this year, his name is David. And I met him at lunch in the park. And David, when he would come to lunch at the park, he's always helping us unload the chairs out of our vans. And very early on in our year, like I want to say it was in September, his birthday was like early on, maybe end of August, early September. But I had my first conversation with him, and he mentioned his birthday was the week before. So it wasn't even my idea, actually. Another missionary was like, we need to make him a birthday card. And so I made him a birthday card, and I waited like 2 or 3 weeks before I saw him again and gave him this birthday card. And that like changed everything for him.
Really?
Yeah. Like he was so grateful to be acknowledged, even though it was late. But I was like, David, I've been looking for you. I haven't seen you in weeks. Like, I wanted to give you this birthday card. And he was just so overjoyed. And since that encounter back in like September, whenever he shows up to the park, he's always looking for me. And he's always like remembering things that I've told him. Like, he knows I love Taylor Swift. He knows more about Taylor Swift than I do these days. Like,
wow. That's a friend.
Yes. But I think the thing that's been most impactful in my relationship with David is that he recently got into sober living. And since I met him, he's had this talk of like, he had been on the streets for so many years. It was time to change. Yeah. And he finally has done it.
Yeah.
And so it's hard because I don't see him because he's working. And it's like, he actually was at lunch this past Wednesday, and I hadn't seen him in a good month. And that month ago was when he told me, like, Rachel, I'm in sober living. I'm doing it. Like, it's hard, but it's good. And I'm not going to go back to that anymore, because he was very, very heavily addicted to drugs.
And the dignity of work too.
Yes.
Right? Like, David got it. He's like, okay, being sober obviously shows you so much for him of like, wait, I can do it. Like, there's that belief, right?
Totally.
When you're addicted for so long, you just start to self-loathe and just think, oh, I can't do it. And he's doing it. And then work, it's like, whoa, like, that dignity of work we get, it's so profound, and it's in natural law or fate, right? It's just so real. What a gift.
Yeah.
And just hope leads to more hope almost.
It does.
For David, Yeah.
And for him, oh my gosh, this was really cool too. We have another friend who's also struggling with addiction. And at lunch, this other friend was talking about how he wants to go into sober living. And David was like giving him contact information and like hooking him up.
I love it.
But it's like, yes, hope begets hope.
Yeah,
let's go.
Totally. I love that.
Shout out David.
I'm feeling juiced up right now.
Shout out David. Absolutely.
Shout out David.
Caleb, how about you? What have the homeless taught you?
I mean, when you first asked the question, I thought of Leo. When it comes to Leo, it's not like a solid lesson.
Yeah.
It's more like he's an example for me of a good man and somebody that I want to be like. Like, I want to have a noble spirit. Like, I want to know that I have the dignity of a man and a human being, no matter what situation I'm in.
Which is so hard to imagine, right? Like, it's like so easy to sit here and be like, yeah, I could do that. Like, I wouldn't lose. I could know my worth, living on the streets, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know his full struggles. Everybody struggles. I'm sure he struggles, but he's exemplified great courage, a great character to me. And I just want to be a man like that. Next thing I was thinking of Christine. One of the things that Christine shared with us at her celebration breakfast that we had at Snooze, we asked her, what's one lesson that you've learned from the streets? And she said, how it's made me humble. And she was,
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, all right.
So that's just another thing I see in her. I want that humility that she has. And my last person I was thinking about, his name is Josh. He goes to lunch in the park. We first met him at Crossroads, and he's probably in his early 30s.
Okay.
Super friendly. I felt like me and him clicked. When I saw him at the park this last time, he shared with me how he also got in sober living.
Whoa.
And he's doing well. Good. He's doing really well.
Gosh, those are just the best, man.
Yeah, good stories.
Yeah. One time we saw him on the streets, and he was with this woman. And I was like, are y'all friends? Are y'all family? And they said, well, we're street family. And she said, that's my son. He protects me on the streets. And he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to take care of her, trying to help her get in shelter. And then I'll continue to do my thing. But my priority right now is her. And when he told me that he got in sober living and that he's doing well now, I couldn't help but think that it's because he was thinking of other people on the streets. Yeah, just that thinking about myself leading to that downward spiral. And from the moment that I met him, he very obviously was intentional to connect with me.
Yeah.
And he asked me questions. He was thinking about me. I met him with that woman. He was thinking about her well-being.
Yeah.
And it's just the cycle continues. And now he's doing better. And I imagine that it's because he was thinking about others.
Man, what the poor teach us, right? Like, it's so, words are quantifying it. I mean, in a very, very real, powerful way today, but it's just, even looking at you guys as you're talking, it's like, it's deeper too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like crazy. It's like, yes, you are doing a very eloquent job of explaining what you've learned from the poor, but man, it is so deep too. And I thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys both for sharing your stories and for your missionary zeal. It's really
so
cool
real.
to get to see your faces as you're speaking these stories. I can tell.
And it can be heard in your voices. It can be heard in these stories.
Yes.
So
yeah. And thank you to all of our listeners who are tuning in today. If you're like me, you're probably going to need to take a few things to prayer after this podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hope begets hope, right?
Yeah.
That's the one I'm still ruminating on. So we're good. Well, all you listeners, thank you so much. Caleb, Rachel, thank you so much.
Thanks,
you
guys.
guys.
God bless.
This was awesome.
Thank you for joining us on Homeless But Human today. In order to keep producing this content for you all, we invite you to consider joining our known and loved monthly giving community. This is one of the most impactful ways that you can join us on mission. Your monthly gift sends missionaries out to the streets day after day and helps us to continue recording and sharing our podcast. It's our vision that every city not only has soup kitchens and shelters, but communities who are committed to helping the homeless know that they have a home in us. And what is home but a small taste of Christ's infinite love? Visit charity.What and make a monthly gift today to join our known and loved community. And if you enjoyed today's episode, do us a favor and go hit subscribe and leave a review. To get more involved with the mission, visit christinthecity.org.